So before we get started, let's just go ahead and sit down and make sure this is going to be theta healing work. So you need to be sitting down with your feet flat on the floor and your spine straight, making sure nothing's crossed. So I'm going to go ahead and call your higher self to the top of your head and all your angels and guides to surround us. Any archangel, any angel, any light being that wants to assist us, we command your presence now. Okay. So what I want to do first is protecting our space in this incarnation from calling in any malevolent being. And there seems to be going a lot of that on right now because the malevolent beings are seeing that we're ascending really fast and they want to slow us down. So if we go into negative thought, we can attract them even more. So what I want to do is just to say the intent, because remember, everything is about intention. I know that my theta healer instructor told me that he was being molested, or not molested, but being visited by benevolent beings until he put the intention to block them from his space. I think he helped me do it the same, but just in case, I'm going to do it with you guys. Okay, so because it's all about intent, and I think one of the what is that lady's name? The one that's big on ET and crops and stuff like that. She was saying that if you don't protect your space, that you can call them in. What is her name? Something How? Anyways, she says the same thing. You should do an intention. So here we set up the intention. Is I block all malevolent beings below the fifth dimension from my human experience across all timelines, dimensions, and frequencies. I block them starting in this moment now and ongoing until I leave my human incarnation. They are blocked from my body, energy field, and all spaces where I live and visit. And so it is. Okay, good. So now I'm just going to share just a picture for this recording. So, hardest things, and I want to cancel that, not one of the hardest things, but one of the sessions that can take to heal the hardest are the eyes, only because the eyes is the only energy that we carry throughout each lifetime that we come on earth. So over time, all the trauma from all past lives makes us not being able to see. That's why most of us needed glasses before, kindergarten and things like that, because it's all the trauma from past lives that block us from seeing. So one of the other things that it does take a few sessions to clear out all the things in the eyes, and it also can be very emotional. So if you guys are experiencing too much emotion, then just simply tell your higher self, can you please tone this down for me? I'm not ready to feel all of this. And your higher self, of course, will help you with that. So I'm going to go ahead and clean our space with the incense. Set the intention that I want to bring this room, ouch, into the fifth dimension. So I'm going to call my higher self and your higher self, and hopefully I don't start a fire. Okay, I'm going to put this out because it is dangerous, I guess. And I did it again. Okay, so I want to call your higher self from the top of your head to go ahead and fill out your room with golden white light, bringing it in the fifth dimension and clearing out any negativity, Anything that's below 5D, we want to clear out the room. Okay. And then the next thing that we're going to do is, this is going to be some pretty intensive releasing. So I want to run energy through your body while we're doing this. Okay, so I want you to focus on your root chakra and to command it to open. And from your root chakra, you grow some roots that go deep into Mother Earth. And in this line of work, we're going to do an iron ball that's on fire at the center. So you're going to anchor your root, your rope, into this iron ball. And you're going to set the intention that whatever touches, any belief, any blockage, any fear, it goes into your grounding cord, goes all the way down to the center of Mother Earth, and poof, dematerializes with the fire and gets transmuted back into love for our highest and best. So next, I want you to focus on opening up your feet chakra and calling in the energy from Mother Earth into your feet, up your knees, into your hips, and your grounding cord. So just allow any energy that's in your legs, that's blocking your growth, that's blocking you from moving on, whatever it might be, to go ahead and go down the grounding cord. Just watch it catch on fire and into smoke or fire, and then just dematerialize and turn into love. And that Gaia just absorbs it back for you. Okay, so next I want you to focus on opening up your crown chakra. Open it nice and wide. We're going to call in universal energy, source energy, energy from the central sun, whatever you resonate with, to come into our crown chakra. Okay, and as it comes down, we're going to open, balance, and align these chakras. Okay, so opening up, balancing your crown, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, and into your root. Now we get into the root chakra. We're going to allow this energy to mix with the earth energy. And then it's going to pump through your system. So it's going to go out your feet. A portion of this is going to go out your feet back to Mother Earth. A portion of this is going to go down the grounding cord, whatever you're ready to release. And then some of this is going to come out your aura. Out of your crown chakra, out your aura, and it's going to come out like a fountain. So it's going to clean out your energy space, your aura, and everything. And then it's going to clean it out, and it's going to go back to Mother Earth where she can transmute it for you. Then the other part of this is going to come out of your hands. And the reason we make it come out of our hands is because it allows a lot of the blockages to also come out from our hands if we have any. Okay. So we're going to ask our higher self to continue to run energy for us in this way so that you don't have to focus on it. Okay? And so just relax into this energy. You want to make sure that your eyes are closed during running energy, because there's a lot of energy going on, even if you can't feel it. So you don't want to have your eyes open. Okay. Good. Okay. So we also set the intention that whatever we're ready to release, go down our grounding cord for highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment. Thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and set the intention for this video so that you guys can come back to it later and watch it. Also, the people that are going to have to watch this later can come back. So, Father, Mother, Creator, all that is, it is commanded that anyone watching this video receive the healing across time and space, in all dimensions of the field, across all frequencies and dimensions that they exist in, for their highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment, exactly what they need at this moment in time. Thank you. Thank you. So we're going to focus on releasing the trauma that's in our eyes. Like I said, the energy of the eyes is the only energy you bring in from past lives. It's the only thing that has the same energy. You know, that's why they say the souls or the eyes are the windows to the soul. That's the reason why. You can always tell who someone is by their eyes. That's because they have the same energy. So we want to release some of the trauma that our eyes have seen so that we can have better vision. Okay. So I'm going to talk directly to your higher self so I know exactly what to pull. So I'm going to ask your higher self to go ahead and turn bright red. Any traumas that prevent you from seeing, any shock, any fear in this life and past lives. Okay. Any sadness, anger, worry, anything you witnessed that was traumatic. Okay, so whatever is being turned on bright red, any suffering, lack of support, seeing lack and limitations, any enslavement. Okay, so what I'm seeing is kind of like in the fetal system where they had no better option. I mean, it wasn't like it is now with opportunities. So being in a situation knowing that there's nothing you can do to make it better. So any of that scene or any traumas that we're holding on to, your higher self is turning bright red. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it. And so wherever's turning bright red, I can see a lot of stuff is being bright red. There's some of this energy is kind of touching the heart. So if you are feeling the sensation in your heart right now, go ahead and place your hands over your heart. You just want to send some healing energy. Okay, so I'm going to erase this and do the shock trauma drama. So, Father, Mother, Creator, all that is, it is commanded that whatever the higher self turned bright red, and everything I said out loud be pulled, canceled, and resolved on the history level and based on other levels, time and space, and dimensions of the field, across all frequencies, timelines that they exist in. Erasing the shock, trauma, and drama that this might cause. Including past lives, present lives, future lives, in between lives. If this has been a vow, contract, obligation, with themselves with someone else, that it be canceled, voided, or deleted. They're ready to move on without having this energy holding me back. So I'm just going to witness this. Okay. So a lot of you guys feel lighter. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do about our eyes is fear of the future. So a lot of times we fear the future, and so it can prevent us from seeing. So I want to remove all fears of the future or the past or choosing not to see what's around you. So we're going to do this on this life as well as in past and future lives, okay? So I'm talking to your higher self again. I want your higher self to go ahead and turn bright red for me so I know what to pull. Any fear of seeing the future? Any fear of your past? The fear of doing the same thing without learning the lesson? Any belief or fear you have about completing a lesson, or I'm picking up fear of death. So I want to focus on seeing in the future. So higher self, please turn bright red for me also. Any fear or belief regarding to seeing the truth in themselves, seeing the truth in the situation, and we release any trauma, shock, or trauma about situations where they just didn't want to see. We want to pull this and the situation. We want to remove any emotion that was created in the situation. Okay, so I'm going to take this emotion, have it be deleted so that there is no more emotion in this situation. We're going to store it back into your Akashic records. But this allows the ego to not have access to it, so it can't pull it up in the future. Okay. I'm feeling fear of your own power, fear of having to step up into your truth, fear of speaking up your truth. But it's mostly about fear of seeing how powerful you truly are. Fear, if you knew what your power was, that you would actually have to do it. You know, you couldn't just sit back and say, oh, I have this gift, but I choose to sit here. So we're going to release that fear. We're going to remove the fear of stepping into our mission, stepping into our soul purpose, fear of meeting people that we're supposed to help, that are supposed to help us, fear of just staying stuck because you're comfortable, the fear of being uncomfortable, the fear of trying anything new because what you know is safe. All of this is turning bright red for your higher self. And I'm going to go ahead and just pull it, gently, of course. So I'm just going to allow your higher self to continue to turn this energy for me, bright red. Okay, so I'm sensing that someone's ego, some of you guys' ego is like, no, I don't want this release, I don't want this release. So I'm speaking to your ego right now. Go ahead and take 2, 3 steps back. Allow the higher self to do what's best, their highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment. Okay. So there's a little bit of sensation going on in the solar plexus right now. So we want to we want to ask our higher self, whatever's keeping us from stepping into the power, stepping into the role that we're ready, or that we came here to do, any belief or fear, that it go ahead and turn bright red this energy so I can remove it. Okay, so guys, I'm going to go ahead and pull. So Mother, Mother, Creator, Father, it is commanded that whatever the higher self turned bright red, including the things I said out loud, be pulled, canceled, and resolved on the history level and released on all other levels through time and space and all dimensions of their field, across all timelines, frequencies that they exist in, including past, present, future lives, and between lives, their highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment, exactly what they need at this moment in time. They made a contract with themselves, a vow, obligation, commitment that it be deemed canceled or voided. They're ready to move forward without having this energy holding them back. Thank you. Okay, good. Tingling, tingling, tingling all over. Okay, so we're going to take a break. So we're going to tell our higher self to go ahead and stop running energy for us. Just say stop. And then go ahead and put your fingertip on the ground. And you want to set the intent that any extra energy goes back to Mother Earth. Okay. So I'm going to pause the video and ask you guys how you guys are doing. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to activate again the running energy. So you're just going to tell your higher self that it's at the top of your head. But just go ahead and start running energy, just like you were doing before. And then you just want to do a quick rundown of what you did last time, opening up your root chakra, going deep into Mother Earth, visualizing that ball of fire, anchoring yourself down, bringing in earth energy into your feet, down your root, down to the grounding cord, opening up your crown chakra, allowing energy to come in all the way to your root. Then you're making the fountain, coming out your hands, going down your feet, going down the grounding cord. Now that the energy is nice and mixed, so we're going to keep our eyes closed and we're going to allow our higher self to continue to run energy like this for us. Okay. So next, the only thing I want to do is, not the only thing, but next what we want to focus on is so I'm going to ask your higher self to go ahead and turn bright red for me, or any beliefs that keep you living in the past, some of this feels like collective beliefs, like past is always brighter, or the good old days, things like that. We want to go ahead and turn bright red. We want to remove any fear belief that keeps us living in the past or in the future, and that truly blocks us from enjoying the now. Okay, I'm hearing trust. So any fear that we have about trusting completely, we also want to go ahead and turn bright red. Okay. Okay, and I'm hearing it's too good to last. So any fears or beliefs that were created regarding this, we also want to turn bright red. Okay, so just allowing what else is coming up. Okay, I'm feeling like there's someone on your shoulders pushing down on you. So any fear about having to stand up for yourself, walking in the spotlight, having to shine, any fear or belief of being held down by yourself or by someone else, whatever this might be. It could be someone that's holding you down or holding yourself down. You want to go ahead and release this as well. So please turn bright red for me, all of this. Okay, and then I'm hearing also the fear or belief that if you were to shine, people would walk on you or would expect more from you. So whatever this might be, kind of like burdens. So what it feels like is like if you were the richest person in your family, like if you became a millionaire, you would be burdened down by everybody else's problems. So we're going to go ahead and also turn this bright red. We want to release any lack, the limitation that we feel our family imposes on us. I should have shut down Facebook, guys. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull whatever just turned bright red. So, Father, Mother, Creator, all that is, it is commanded that whatever the higher self of the person watching this video turned bright red be pulled, canceled, and resolved on the history level and released on all other levels to time and space, in all dimensions of their field, across all timelines and frequencies that they exist in, including past lives, present lives, future lives, and between lives. If this is a vow, obligation, contract with himself or with someone else, that it be canceled, voided, or deleted, highest and best. The situation has been learned from that it is no longer needed. They're ready to move forward without having this energy holding them back. Thank you. Okay, good. Okay, I'm getting some sensation in the lips. Okay, so we're going to just do one last pull, and then we'll go ahead and do the downloads. Okay, so I'm going to ask your higher self to go ahead and turn bright red for me. Any trauma, shock, or drama that we have experienced in this life and past lives regarding death, regarding our own death, suffering and misery. Okay, I want this energy to turn bright red. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it from your body, removing all emotion, and go ahead and filing it in the Akashic Records. Completing out any lessons that need to be learned. The situation has been learned from, and it is no longer needed. We're ready to move forward without having this energy holding us back. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this, but there's another thing that I want to pull. Your higher self exists outside of time because it's not in the 3D with you. So I want your higher self to go ahead and turn bright red for me. Anything that will prevent from the downloads that I'm about to say taking place. I'm going to do farsightedness and nearsightedness. So whatever beliefs will not prevent the downloads to come in, I want them to go ahead and turn bright red. We're going to pull all of this. So, okay, so Father, Mother, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that whatever was turned bright red by the higher self be pulled, canceled, and resolved on the history level and released on all other levels to time and space and all dimensions of their field, across all timelines, frequencies that they exist in, including past, present, future lives, and between lives. Erasing the shock, trauma, and drama that this might cause. Completing out any lessons that needed to be learned. Okay, so in highest and best, the comfort and alignment, thank you. Okay, so I'm pulling these emotions now. Ashley. Okay, awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, so next what we're going to do is do the downloads. I'm going to give you guys a few seconds. You can continue to run energy while I do the downloads. If you guys want to lay down, now you can. You don't have to remain sitting. And if you feel like this is too much work already, you can go ahead and just pause or turn off the video and come back to it later. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and continue. Like I said, we're going to do... Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and... Yeah, there's some uncomfortableness here in the shoulder area. So let's see if these downloads don't help, and then we'll do something for it. Okay, so before I go ahead and do the downloads, this way it gives your brain a little time also before you go deep back into it. So one of the things that I want to suggest to you guys is to do a liver cleanse. And there is so many on GNC. If you can just go and buy one, make sure you muscle test for it. You know, grab the box and say, is this the liver cleanse that would be most beneficial for me? And then if you get a no, pick up another box and say the same thing. If you're going to do it online, you can, you know, ask, is this one the most beneficial for me? And see if you get a yes or no. Okay, so you want to do the liver cleanse. And then this weekend, what you want to do is, there's a liver cleanse that is really good for also taking out the rocks, the bile, what are they called? The bile ducts. And it cleans out the bile ducts into the liver. And if you have liver problems, the first thing you'll notice is that your eyes go. So we're going to release a lot of these beliefs, and they're going to, it'll help our body with doing a liver cleanse, okay? So I want you guys to try to do a liver cleanse if you can. And then another thing that I want you guys to do is, there is one that you can only do it on the weekend or a day that you're not working the next day, because it will make you use the restroom a lot. So you get a cup of olive oil. If you don't like the taste of olive oil, like drinking it straight from a glass, you can use coconut oil, put it in the microwave for like 10 seconds so that it gets soft. Because right now, when in the winter, you know how it gets really, really hard. So you want to be able to drink it. So you just stir it and you drink a cup of oil. Of course, make sure that you would get the okay from your doctor before doing this. And then just drink a cup of oil right before bed. And then you lay on your left side. So what happens is, all the rocks that you get, it will go into the oil because it goes into shock, and then you clean it out. And in the morning time, when you go to the bathroom, you're going to see all those little rocks. I've done this like 6 months ago. No, not like 6, maybe like a year ago. And I was shocked at the things that came out. So there's a lot of white rocks that came out. This can also be painful. So I want to recommend that you guys try to do it like right before bed. I mean, if you usually stay up until midnight, don't do this at 10 o'clock. You know, do it very close to your bedtime when you're really, really tired, so that you drink the oil and then just pretty much pass out. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the downloads. And if you're not sure about the olive oil one, then only do it if you're guided. I'm going to post some websites and some information about that liver cleanse. on the group. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just do these downloads. Give me 1 second. This thing blew away when I got scared that I was going to catch this on fire. Do it. Okay, so we're going to do downloads is all the mother creative all that is. It is commanded that anyone watching this video receive this download. Definition, perspective, and understanding of it's okay to see. I can see the truth. I'm allowed to see clearly. I know what it feels like to live my day-to-day life without self-sabotaging. I know the Creator's definition of my soul's true potential. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to witness the highest truth. I have the Creator's definition of how to see myself through the Creator's eyes. I have the Creator's definition of how to see others through the Creator's eyes. I know what it feels like to live my daily life without discouragement. I know what it feels like to live my life without disappointment. I know what the Creator's definition of hope is. I know what it feels like to live my daily life without feeling hopeless. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to have my dreams come true. I know what it feels like to live my daily life without competing with my fellow friends, my family, my parents, my siblings, my partner, myself. I have the Creator's definition of how to reach my highest potential. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to have my borders respected by others. I have the Creator's definition of what discernment is. I have the Creator's definition of what true communication is. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to have ethics. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to have integrity. I have the Creator's definition of what it feels like to be honest with myself and others. I have the Creator's definition of how to live without having to trade one of my senses for power. Of what it feels like to have the ability to see all truth in the highest and best way. Of what it feels like to have clarity. I understand what it feels like to witness the highest truth. Of what it feels like seeing truth. And I know how to live my daily life without thinking that I am that the only time I have no demands from others is when I'm not wearing my glasses. Okay. So what this is, what this feels like, that we know it, that we do it, that we give ourselves permission, that we are worthy, that we deserve to, that it is our birthright, that it is safe, that it is possible, that we already know how to do this without creating situations to learn from it, that we receive this in all languages that we know, without causing us any fear, doubt, guilt, suffering, or anxiety, feeling safe and secure always for our highest and best, and that we know the particulars of how, when, where, why, and with whom. Thank you. It is done, it is done, it is done. Show me. I'm just witnessing you receiving these downloads. Okay, good. So I'm going to go ahead and make sure that there is no more belief work that we need to do. Okay, so if we have anyone here that has glaucoma, which I asked, but I don't think we have anybody. So having glaucoma is feeling inadequate and unable to accomplish your life's missions, fear of how others perceive you, fear of seeing the truth of a situation and having to deal with people in your life. Okay, so if you need me to give you the downloads for that, just let me know and I'll go ahead and say them next week. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and do the general healing now. I'm going to let you guys just take a small break, and I'm going to pause the recording. I need to get some water. So let me. Okay, so the way we're going to do the healing portion of this is very easy. I want you to go ahead and take your glasses off. And what you're going to do is focus on an object that doesn't look very blurry, okay? So if you need to put your hand like close to your face, like this, that way it doesn't seem blurry. Like you don't want to be able to see the background. So if you need to like put it on the bed and go like this, you're going to open your eyes and you just want to relax them, like focus past that object. But you don't want to be able to see fuzzy, okay? You don't want to see that you can't see. You don't want to see blurry. I should turn my head so you guys can hear. So what I recommend, because I was playing with this last night, is kind of lay on your bed or on your side and then put your hand on the comforter or something like that. And the comforter needs to be like a solid color. Like if it has little florals, then you might see the blurriness of the florals. So you want to just put your hand out and just kind of look past it until it's not in focus. Okay. Kind of like that. And just fix your eyes there. And I'm going to do the command that our highest and best we can see with the general healing. So I'm going to fill you with unconditional love, do a general healing, and then command the eyes repair themselves. Okay? So when I'm doing this, when I start to witness it, because what happens is I witness it in the quantum field and I bring it into this reality. So the moment I stop talking, just go ahead and relax because I'm going to witness it for you. And then until I talk again, try not to move your eyes and just allow the changes to take place. Okay? And the reason that you have to have your eyes open and kind of like focus is if you were, seeing really fuzzy and suddenly you could see, you're gonna, spook the crap out of yourself, okay? So that's why I did a lot of fear clearing so that you can't get scared from this, and this is what you were meant to see anyways. And you see with glasses on, so it's safe to see. And for some of you, it might take a few times doing this, okay? So go ahead and focus on your hand. I'm going to go ahead and close my eyes because I can't access theta without going in, without having my eyes closed. Okay. Okay, so Father, Mother, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that anyone watching the video, across time and space, receive the healing for their highest and best. Okay. So the person watching this video, Father, Mother, Creator of all that is, it is commanded that anybody watching this video receive unconditional love in every cell, atom, molecule of their being, for their highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment, exactly what they need at this moment in time. Thank you. So right now I'm just filling you with unconditional love. It feels good, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so next we're going to do the healing, the general healing right now. Okay, so Father, Mother, Creator, all that is, it is commanded that anyone watching this video receive a general healing, their highest and best, and perfect comfort and alignment, exactly what they need at this moment in time. Okay, so we're allowing Creator to go ahead and heal us in any way He feels necessary, that we're ready for. Okay. Now that's done on everybody. Someone healed their eating disorder. That's what was coming up for me. The things that come to me. Okay. So anyways, let's move on to the eyes. Okay, so I want you guys just to relax. I'm going to try to send you some relaxing energy. Don't get tense. Okay, so Father, Mother, Creator, all that is, it is commanded. Now for anybody watching this video, that we do a healing on their eyes so that they can see perfectly. We allow you to do the correction, whatever is necessary, so that they can see perfectly for their highest and best and perfect comfort and alignment, exactly what they're ready for at this moment in time. Thank you. It's time, it's time, it's time. Show me. Okay, good. So go ahead and close your eyes. The healing has been done, and then just slowly open them. Okay. And of course, this is going to be gradual. We're not going to see right away. And it's going to take a few sessions of doing this, but you're going to have the recording to be able to do it again. You should be able to see a little bit better. I did this to me last night, and I could see a lot clearer, like it seemed like the colors got a lot brighter. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording.